Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat, cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
Okay, what's the next one?
Do you want to switch seats to pretend we're later in the day? Okay, next is the Christmas Quest.
The Christmas Quest. Not believe in Christmas?
We already
did that. Thank you. Okay. All right, Christmas Quest.
Welcome to our latest episode. This one premiered Saturday, November 30th.
Yep, new cup of coffee in my hand.
Yeah, and we are discussing the Christmas Quest, a Lacey Chabert classic.
Saturday. I thought we watched this last night. We stayed up for it.
We did, and today is Monday.
You said Saturday.
Oh, you're right. We did watch it live.
Right.
I'm sorry. Premiered on Sunday, December 1st.
I'm putting together an expedition to find centuries of lost treasure.
Welcome to Christmas in Iceland.
Embark on a quest.
I am finding this treasure.
Should we be talking about this in the open?
Under the northern lights.
A light in the darkness will show the way.
And discover a love more precious than any treasure.
There's just one thing I need from you first. The clue written in your journal.
We did not come all this way to give up.
The Christmas Quest. Only on Hallmark Channel.
The Christmas Quest, starring Lacey Chabert.
Yes.
We have such characters as Stephanie, Chase, Victor Grimes, and Carlota. So, right off the bat, I say this had adorable animation in the beginning.
Oh, yes. Very adorable.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Like little Icelandic characters. I guess there's a...
Telling about the 11 lads.
11 lads. Okay.
Of the 11, or is it 12 lads? 11 lads of the Nordic Christmas.
So Lacey Chabert is the daughter of a...
archaeologist. Explorer.
She's also an explorer, archaeologist, and she is... Professor
Or
teaching in... It's just funny seeing her behind a podium being a professor. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Because I picture her in Mean Girls and her Mean Girls character being a professor. Anyways, so... this super wealthy guy comes into
the lecture hall,
and then he meets her in her office. And he's like, what if I told you I had the key to find the missing treasure of blah, blah, blah.
The treasure that supposedly her mom's been looking for.
Of Jólasvanir, I think I wrote it down.
And then there's the Rosetta Stone of it to figure out the rest of the translation, because they don't, it's that ancient ruins that they can't translate it properly.
So it's some treasure hiding throughout Iceland.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's a real...
I meant to look that up.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if it's real.
So she says, oh my God, yes, let's totally go find it. It was the last thing my mom was looking for.
And he's like, I got all the money in the world to give you, so let's go find that Christmas horn.
Yep. And she's like, well, first stop, we need to visit someone who can read these ancient ruins. And it just happens to be.
So how did they get the horn? The horn was first. She got it on her own.
Oh, it just smash cut to her in a cave finding a horn.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit confused about that. I'm like, I didn't fall asleep. I think I bent down to pet a dog. And I'm like, all of a sudden she has this Christmas horn. So I missed something.
And then she's like, I can't read it. These are ancient ruins. But I do know someone who can. Let's go find my ex-husband. And this is when we get to meet Chase.
Who is working at a Christmas tree lot just in this season to help his parents out. Yeah. He is a 44-year-old man.
And he's like, well, I got to get back to work unless someone buys out the whole lot.
Hauling the Christmas tree.
And then Victor Grimes is like, do you take check?
Do you take check?
Yeah. So,
which I was trying to figure out who Victor Grimes was as well, the actor that played him, because he looked very familiar.
Yeah,
I'm
old British dude. Oh. And it's like, whenever there's an old, wealthy British dude, you know they're going to become the villain at the end of the story.
He's like mid-50s.
Yeah.
Maybe 60. Anyway.
So, then they go off to Iceland, and they're basically following a series of clues. Like, this lad is into this thing, so you got to figure out this to find the next.
One's a spoon licker, one steals your socks.
One's a peeping Tom.
One's a peeping Tom.
One's a candle dipper.
Yeah, so there's 11 occupations that they do, and then they have a little friend who is a cat.
Yeah. So there's also this other woman, treasure hunter, who seems to be on their tail. That is Carlota. They end up. Oh, it was the Yule horn of Dimo de Borger. So there was back in the days of Napster.
Mm-hmm.
We would just download random ass goth stuff. I would always look up the DJ sets at my local goth club because I wasn't old enough to go there yet. They'd post them online, and then I would like download the songs from Napster or Morpheus or Kazaa, whatever it was, that were on the DJ set. And I remember one of them was a band called Dimo de Borger. And so in my mind, ingrained in my mind, is me writing down on one of those mix CDs I made, Dimo de Borger Live. Totally unnecessary bit of information now, but...
All right.
I thought it was hilarious, just like, they tried so hard to make this like a globe-trotting mystery of adventure.
To begin with, if you are an archaeologist, if you are an explorer, you need permits to do that in countries, let alone if you are not, obviously not keeping the items, let's not get to the British and all what they stole and everything like that. The British Museum is just a treasure trove of things that they stole. Unfortunately, none of it is like theirs. But even if you're going to donate said item to a museum, you need to have a permit to work with them and everything like that. You can't just willy-nilly, 2 days before you're leaving for this 11-day adventure, go off. You're working this months ahead of time, even sometimes a year, to get approval. Anyway, Hallmark Magic, you instantly get approval. None of this is illegal.
What I found really funny too was they're like, oh, right behind this rock, there's a lever. And like the camera just shows the rock. So they're just reaching behind a rock. It's like, oh, I found a lever.
And then some of the ancient ruins that they were looking for only happened to be covered with dust.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of soil.
And so like the prop department got stretched really thin in moments, such as making a door with inlay designs on it or making a horn. But then they're like, oh, we'll just pretend that lever's behind a rock so we don't have to show the lever.
So I was, they get stuck looking for one of the clues, and that's how they meet the girl that they thought was also another treasure hunter, because word got out that like the Christmas horn was found, so they knew that all the treasure hunters in the world will be looking for the rest of the clues now. So that's how they ran into her. She did help them out by passing a rope, but they did have to sacrifice all the things that they found that were within her adventure book of her mother's or whatever. So there is that element, but then it's just very quick montage of them finding the rest of the items, which obviously we wanted a little bit more of a national treasures vibe to it. We wanted to hear the limericks, hear the rhymes, sorry, I started thinking of Cool Runnings.
It's bobsled time.
It's bobsled time. So we wanted to hear those things more than your issue with your ex and how you were just too adventurous and for not being able to join. Good for him in regards to like, I shouldn't have left you. I should have joined you on your adventures. Yeah, good for her, so that she doesn't have to change what she wants to do for you, since you're clearly doing so well at the Christmas tree lot.
It's a very convoluted setup that like
we had high hopes for this film and it kind of shot low.
It was weird. Plus, you could tell they did shoot in Iceland in the winter because almost everything is in the dark.
Yeah, everything. I'm sorry, Kabad. I know.
But it is kind of weird that like they were together for 7 years, married for five of those. They got divorced, yet now they're falling in love again. And it's like, I think 7 years...
Well, she said she never like stopped loving him.
But it seems like 7 years is long enough to know whether or not that's a good fit for your life.
We're on our 7 years. Yeah.
If anyone was just listening, we just did our secret handshake. So it's just... I don't like Hallmark. I don't like the idea of a divorced couple getting back together. And this is the second time we've seen that this season. There was that other movie where like the dad who was all depressed and stuff. And why is it that it's always the man who's depressed? I guess these movies are made for women.
I don't know. Yeah,
because she was want to know that the men that they left are missing them.
Right, because she was like, I still love him. That's why I left him, because he wasn't happy. I wanted to see him happy. Like, okay, whatever. you don't need an excuse if you didn't want to be with him. If he was dragging you down,
Yeah.
you don't need to be with him. But either way,
The music was beautiful.
the music was good.
It felt very Edward Scissorhandsy. I appreciated that. And there was a wonderful gala scene. Gala.
Oh yeah.
Gala.
So they had to find the last piece. It was a door that was in a museum, but it was not on display. But this door was in the supplies closet with all the rest of the same exact material.
With just a blanket chucked over.
Just a blanket chucked over. No environmental control. Just a little lock right behind it. And so after the 5th door that they looked under for a sheet, they found the door.
But so
Clearly made out of styrofoam. Lacey
was-
Chaberd's fingers are so light. But also, you're telling me that they had to move this little swinging door. And while said museum people were moving museum door, they didn't notice this little other door that moved so easily that there was this weird candlestick thing behind it. Anyway.
It was despite that cheesiness, it was a fun gala scene where like they had to dress up all nice. I think it was weird that their wealthy benefactor couldn't get them tickets to the gala. They had to like sneak in.
They weren't with him anymore. Remember, they split up.
I thought I thought they had left him.
Oh my
after.
gosh. Is it after? I'm blanking right now.
Yeah, it was after because they're like, we have the final thing.
Oh, that's right, because they went through the plan with them. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and then they've run into this delightful old Icelandic couple.
Which they met earlier because they found a cat. Remember, the cat was the friend of the old lads.
It was weird. Like that couple's plot could have been totally taken out of the movie.
That couple had a nice house.
And they could have spent more time on the montage of them finding
They
all
never
those.
explained why that couple was at the gala and how they knew like the high up people.
Yeah, I guess they're like Iceland has 20 people in it, so.
I don't know, but we love Lacey Chaberd, So I don't want to talk bad about her, but I feel like maybe an adventure movie was not her best suit.
You can't really picture her doing other things other than standing, sitting, and walking.
Yeah,
slowly.
like you said, like seeing her behind a podium, seeing
her hold a rope was very disjointed.
When you have like an exposed shoulder and holding a rope, or just having her, I don't know. It's just that type of role I don't think was for her. But I cannot put another actor in that role. But Lacey Chaberd, love you. You're doing great. You looked cute. I liked your outfits for you.
Of all Hallmark actors that I can think of recently, the one that I would have really liked in that scene was the one who starred in the Christmas run, Jingle Bell Run.
Oh, yeah, she was good.
She would have been fun.
Yeah.
Or the one who was in the first house flipping movie.
Yeah.
With the brown hair.
So what are we rating this?
Wait, we got to talk about the final treasure.
Which was, I don't remember what the final treasure was.
They opened up.
Oh my God, the final treasure.
It was a room full of Christmas garlands, with candles, Christmas
lit.
lights.
Candles were lit.
Yeah, plugged in Christmas lights.
A
record player.
Chess player.
Now, I don't know what year these brothers were supposed to be from, but I thought it was a Viking treasure.
And it looks like they were just constantly stealing people's Christmas treasures and having it as their own. But there is some magical element to it because the door slammed right behind them whenever they realized that her mother had already found the treasure.
I thought that was really sweet.
It was sweet. Oh, for once there was something in Hallmark that had weight, which was the compass hanging from her neck compared to all the cups. Yeah. Shout out to her friend Oli, who was dressed up as one of the lads in their village. He was a good little companion to have throughout. The pub scenes were cute that they were in as well.
I did really like at the end when Lacey Chabert realizes that her mother actually did find the treasure. Mm-hmm. And when she found the treasure, she realized that it was better to spend time with her daughter than it was to go on adventures.
Yeah, that was the treasure.
I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
As childless people, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you find fun, keep doing it.
Yeah, but it was sweet.
Find someone that also enjoys it. That's why you have things in common. Anyway,
so I was overall disappointed by this movie. Yes.
We were unfortunately disappointed. Yeah. As you heard in our previous podcast, we were excited to watch it, but it was a little meh.
Yeah, writing I gave it a 4, acting 4, directing 5, chemistry-o-meter 4. I thought they were just barely cute together.
Yeah, she's much cuter than him.
Yeah.
He's good. But anyway, so it's a middle of the road for me. It will not make a top third, but you know, if you want it on the background.
Yep. And apologies for doing these out of order again, but tonight we're going to watch yesterday's movie, The Finish Line, and we'll have that posted.
Maybe I should say I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah.
Urgh.
Yeah, that's how we felt about To Have Into Holiday. We were not looking forward to that, and we ended up loving it. So,
Yeah.
Finish Line. Puh. Puh. All right, well, thank you all so much. See you in a few hours.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.